Alito, we back. We are back.
Alito. What's happening, beloveds?
Let's see how this roll. Oh, there we go. All right.
Okay. I think everything is all right now. 1 second. Just make sure.
L. Austin said, I hope this song is played at the tour.
There we go, coach. We all set.
All right. Good money. All right.
Yeah.
Everything Gucci on your end?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
All right,
indeed,
let's make a
sir.
shake. So where was we? How we gonna roll this?
Well, the sister, I mean, what could they say? There was really nothing there to debunk, nothing to throw away. You want to keep hold of some of the things that she was talking about, and basically just make sure that you can rationalize with it. Nobody's trying to sell people all the water under the bridge, and that has to be some of the behavior that they want to stop, because there isn't any accountability in a lot of areas, and it ends up, again, this is what I call the shadow boxing. That goes back to what I mean when I say shadow boxing. You don't know whose ass to kick, you just know you're mad at something, right?
Thanks.
You're just mad at something, and you don't have an accurate understanding of what it is that you're mad at, and then it comes out all wrong. You're unable to articulate it. Nobody gets you don't get what it is that you want, and you have a right to get exactly what it is that you want in this country that anyone else is entitled to. Period. So I definitely want to get back to playing some more of the sister, and with some of the things that she's talking about. Phenomenal things that she's speaking about. And listen to how they come for her. Look at how intimidated by not knowing something, and the element of surprise as she gives her rebuttal. Again, this was supposed to be about her own candidacy, regarding her becoming a senator in Georgia, in Atlanta. They talk nothing about that, and they drag her off to Trump land. This is something that poor debaters do. They usually call it cherry picking, or little red herrings and things like that, to be worded from usually the people that are losing, for the most part, losing a debate. And they run out of straws, they run out of bars. This sister, clearly she has done her homework, she has been able to articulate her own story, but what she's saying with the points that the liberals have been arguing, you cannot deny that it does make sense. Now, these are her things that we happen to agree on in many areas, right? And I don't think there was an area that, or an alley that she went up, that I did not follow or coexist with her on that. So scratch the lie and find the thief. So where is the lie in what it is that she was saying? If you can't find any, then that means that someone was lying. And who was it? Is there going to be any accountability for the people that you get? I mean, when you break up with somebody that you feel don't do you right, you make love songs, 11 years I sacrificed, right? The Democrats, what have they done? Where is the separation? Where is the I'm leaving song? I think I'm done being a part of this shenanigan,
I'm trying to
funding my
tell
own
you.
oppression song. Where is the exit strategy? Or where is the demand for a shift in the political regime for the party that they respect and love and seem to be staunch supporters of, whether it's to their detriment or not? You got to wonder what kind of things are running through people's mind. And I have to, and when you pick apart and you smoke good reefer, right, you wonder to yourself, if they're talking about white supremacy, what makes them so supreme? And how do you become inferior in order for them to be supreme, right? When they never said that they're supreme, they never even said that you're inferior. But this is somehow what is embedded in the minds of a depressed and oppressed people. Causes anxiety, the vexation, the constipation. Oh my goodness, we could go on. Then in the instance of them wanting to be better than the rest of us, you know, wanting to be equal to Ray Ray and Shaquana, you want to be better than them, but you want to be equal to Becky and Bob. To be what? Supreme? Like, how are we supposed to understand that? Like, help me deal with that. Help me deal with that. You already want to be better than me, but you want to be equal to them so you can be supreme to do what? Reign over me? Am I making sense? Are you following what I'm asking?
And they out in
That's
full
what you would
effect.
have to accept all of those things in order to give credence to white supremacy.
Right. Because if you look at it, them folks out in full effect for them Democrats, boy, for that BLM.
Oh my goodness.
They out in full effect. Full effect.
And and that's their choice, and that's okay, but at the point where it infringes on our rights, it infringes on the greater good of the people as a whole that we say that we care about. It doesn't matter who it is, how good of a provider the man is. If he ain't no good, you leave him. Why not a political party the same? Why not a political party the same? Oh, you don't like how he been treating you, you'll leave that nigga. You don't care if you see the kids or not. Why you can't treat the Democratic Party the same? Right? The shit is like a too small shoe. You're going to keep walking around uphill, a miles long walk. You really wear 10, but you're crunched into 7.5, talking about, oh, this is the green mile. Like, I'm tired of walking. Are you really? Are you tired of the too small shoe, or are you really tired of walking? Because you got to walk to get from here to there. You could go barefoot, though. That's a thought. If
Bars.
you ain't going to get something that's your size. I mean, I'm just saying. No one's doing this. It's kind of self-inflicted. What are we going to do with that? How are we going to change those dynamics so we can stop acting like this big old boogeyman whose ass we can't kick? We can kick everybody ass in the hood. Why can't you kick everybody ass in D.C.? What the fuck? Where did the gangster fall short? You got me fucked up. Not you, officer. I was talking to this bitch. But you, sir, I wasn't being rude. That's how that shit be going. Shit don't be the same energy. Well, you
So
know.
you want me to leave off where we started? I mean, where we left off of? You don't want to go back?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that. Just go right from where we left off. She got plenty more. She ain't running out of bars. I look forward
Yeah, she
to
got
hearing much
bars for
more
days.
from Sister Angela Stanton-King. I look forward to definitely hearing more from her.
Damon Taylor said the Breakfast Club got bodied, especially Yee. I agree.
Oh my goodness, Yee, she is a weak link. Just knock her over with a feather. She was just She ain't got no moxie, no backbone or nothing. She just looked like a pick me bitch. That's what pick me.
Chief Spirit
Pick me
Wolf.
because I'm better than the other bitches. Pick
Chief
me, I'll
Spirit
agree with
Wolf
everything you got. She just reminds me of a pick me chick.
wants the link. You got to get on your computer, Chief, for this link. But I'll send it to you. I'm gonna send it to Phoenix. I don't know what. Send me a message in my email, Chief Spirit Wolf, and I'll send you the link. Message me in the email so I know your email and I'll send you one. All right, here we go. We're gonna take off, and I'm gonna try to reach out to the brother and get him on back here with us. We're continuing on with this ass kicking. Here we go. Let me get us off the screen.
Let's talk about that. Even when it comes to children, why are we confusing children with gender identity?
I don't think that children are confused when they say, this is the body that I feel like I have, and this is what I am. I don't think anyone's forcing it on them.
If I say I'm a turtle, does that make me a turtle?
Is that a gender that's an option for you?
I would respect your right to
just
be a
because
turtle,
I feel like it. So wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you
Angela,
say that being a woman is more than a feeling?
Angela, I would respect your right to be a turtle. If you wanted to be a turtle, I would not tell you that you're not a turtle.
Like okay, but you don't have the right to make my children believe that but I don't have the right to use my influence or make laws to make children believe that you can magically turn into a turtle when we know that it's not true. So there's a certain thing called gender dysphoria, and it's very similar to people that have anorexia. So people that have anorexia, in their minds, they believe that they're fat. They really are not. Gender dysphoria is the same thing. We have people that believe that they are in the wrong bodies. They are not. So here's my thing. Having an operation to make you look like the opposite sex does not make you the opposite sex. I feel as though it's confusing children. Now, I'm not here to take away gay rights. I have a son that's a part of the community. I have an aunt that's a part of the community. Plenty of friends. I love them. But I stand on what I believe, and that's only two genders.
So your son is gay. So you can't be. There's no way you
yes,
can't be anti-LGBT.
Yeah, I raised him. I love him to death.
So you're anti-trans.
Here's the thing, you can't. I'm anti what?
Trans. Stop that, Coach. Right.
Y'all love to use that word. I never said that. Grown.
Okay. Now, do you see how Angela Yee asked that provocative question after she clearly indicated what her stance was? Look at how Angela is not satisfied with her answer, even though she indicates that her son is gay, her aunt is gay, and she's basically saying her aunt's a girl, that's still my aunt, and son, you still my son. Not that I disown you, got any grief, gripe, or whatever, personal attachment to their lifestyle didn't have anything to do with it. Her thing is, you still a woman to her aunt, and you still a man to your son. Pretty much that was all that you can kind of get from that. Not Angela Yee. Check out Miss Angela and her lack of satisfaction with the sister's answer.
People can do what they want to do, but why are we confusing children? Why are we trying to make children believe in something that's not real?
I think that
kids can get a sex change. No children can get a sex change. So you're mad like Dwayne Wade and how he's raising his son.
Yes, they can. You don't know that there are laws allowing children to be given hormone blockers that's actually sterilizing them now and keeping them from producing breast stuff before they've even gone into puberty. Yes, they are. And so there need to be laws against that. So I just took my daughter to the doctor the other day. She was only 15 years old. She just turned 16. And the first thing the doctor asked her was, what gender do you identify with? First of all, ma'am, that's a minor. She identified with what she was born. She was a female. She's known she's a female ever since I gave birth to her. So why are we encouraging mental health? Why are we allowing them to confuse our youth, confuse our children? When you grow up and you're an adult, if that's what you want to do, you have every right. I believe people should love who they want to love, absolutely. But when we come to our children and giving them options and now allowing them to make informed decisions, we need to tell them the truth.
I think that it's easy to say that when you haven't. Go ahead, Charlamagne. I think it's easy to say that when you haven't experienced it and you don't know what it's like. But as a person who I myself know many trans women, I understand that they felt like, for a majority of them, they felt like that since they were young. I was born and I was assigned this gender at birth as a male, but I feel like I'm a woman.
Angela,
and that's the gender that I identify with.
Listening what you're saying.
And I think that it's dangerous for you to tell a child they can't be who they are, because that leads to all kinds of mental trauma later on in life.
Let's do this.
Pause. I got to pause it. She said now that
and this is almost where Angela's funeral.
She said that leads to more mental. What did she say? It leads to some type of trauma. That's what she said. Mental trauma. Okay.
Yeah.
How? When telling the child the truth is something that will not lead to mental trauma. It's something where the child would just have to be like, well, this shirt is red. That means it's just red today. It's not going to be green tomorrow because it's red. You get what I'm saying? We're not going to deal with fiction. It's the truth. So you was born a child. I mean a daughter. You're going to be a daughter. I mean a girl. Was born a boy. You're going to be a boy. Who can argue with that? That's the truth. You telling a child that, oh, you're a girl?
In a liberal world, everyone will argue with that. In a liberal world where they're not paying attention and they are aborting fetuses and then asking them to save the same Black lives in another breath of the ones that have already made it here, it's going to be difficult. Of course, it's not going to be hard to find people that will argue that, especially the uninformed.
I feel like she was paid to get the answer to that question. She didn't even look like She was really
She may have been paid, coach, but there are people that actually feel this way. I can have conversations with people just on the Facebook feed. Look at some of the things that they say in regards to whatever situations. Even the breakdown, the dialogue is very parroting, very regurgitative of what the news says. It's not really a direct, well, this in like they don't. I don't know. It's like we're all supposed to internalize it, but we're not supposed to analyze it. And damn, when you do analyze it, and you have a difference of opinion, or you look, and it comes to you in a different way, because you know that it can end up being oppressive, not so much to yourself, but to others. So you know that this is behavior civically that is kind of unacceptable. So her forcing this opinion is really how people really think based off of the things that they've heard in the media. This is maybe our first time hearing Angela talk this dumb shit, but she's been pushing an agenda, and so has a lot of other people. But this is where the accountability kind of gets to come into play. Now we can start holding people accountable for these winky-dink platforms, right? Where they have these situations going on and nobody addresses this elephant in the room right here. This is the agenda. So who is this? This is a Clearwater channel. Who is Clearwater run by? Is that a Democratic-based channel? Yes. How many times was Obama on Hot 97? I could tell you. How many times was he on radio stations that are owned by Clearwater? Like, go back and track and trace who's been pumping the same media. That's going to be the same people that's pissing in everybody's ears, especially in the radio. You know, those audiences change, every 15 minutes there's somebody getting into their car. This is why they always shout out at the top of certain hours or certain times. They keep repeating the same news and the same thing over and over again, so that you are someone new is able to have their attention gauged. So they've had, and then again, you hear how the sister tells Angela, you know, what you got to say, and Angela really ain't got nothing to say, but that has been okay and acceptable too, because at the end of the day, there's still way more people that accepted this nonsense from Angela, and they will roll their eyes and cut their teeth at the other Angela King, right? You got Angela Yee, and people are feeling emotionally attached to Angela's bullshit reasoning for the same thing that she's asking for and says that she's against. She's really with, and it's a whole bunch of confusion. It's a whole bunch of confusion.
All right, here we go. Back to it. Take us off the screen and go.
So let's do this. So you saying, first of all, let's talk about what you said. You said all of your transgender friends, and I have them too, saying that they felt like they were a woman. Well, being a woman is more than a feeling. Feeling like a woman doesn't make you a woman. And when you tell me that, I'm telling a child, let's just say my son who is gay, if he told me he felt like he was a female, that I would be doing damage to him by telling him that he's a male, I feel like I would be doing damage to him by telling him that he is a female, which would also force him into dismembering his body and believing that he is a female, because even after they go through the surgery, reality hits. They are still not biological women. So the healthy and responsible thing to do as a parent is to tell your child the truth and teach them to love themselves and be comfortable in the skin that they are in. So you can't tell me you're telling people to accept themselves for who they are when they are not accepting themselves for who they are.
But you're telling them who they are instead of letting them be who they are.
No. I'm not telling them who they are. I'm helping them understand who they are, because what you want to do is tell them a lie. Because you can tell a man all day he a woman.
I don't think you're telling. I don't think anybody's telling a child that if they feel like that and this is who I am.
You would be
I'm not going to say
your child, and you would be lying
are
to your child, and you would be an irresponsible parent to lie to your child and make them believe that they are something other than they are born. But however, I don't want to waste too much time on anything negative or creating this atmosphere like I'm against LGBTQ or I'm against anybody, because I'm not. I just have my beliefs. But I would love to talk about unemployment and what I would like to do for the District of Georgia.
We definitely gonna get there, Angela. I want to ask you one question though. As you raised your son as a liberal, so as your views
I
changed,
didn't.
You didn't? How'd you raise your son?
I didn't necessarily push any politics. I didn't necessarily.
No. I don't mean on him.
So you let him be what he wanted to be.
Yeah, I don't mean on him.
He's a gay male. I would never ever encourage him to be a female. You can be gay and still be a man.
Yeah, no, what I meant was your views was that of a liberal. So as your views switched to conservative, did that change?
No, actually, to be completely honest, my views were always that of conservative, which most black people are. You understand? But I was always voting Democrat because we just had this monolithic thought process, and we just went ahead with it because that's what everyone else was doing. But when it came to traditional family values, when it came to being entrepreneurs, hand up, not hand out, starting your own business, when it came to things like faith, the freedom of religious rights, those things, I had always had that mindset, but was still voting Democrat, voting against my own interests.
Well, let's talk about unemployment because, you know, your president, Donald Trump, is the reason that 40 million people are unemployed right now because of his response to coronavirus.
I would disagree. I would disagree. I would disagree. But let's talk about this.
Are you disagreeing about his response to the coronavirus? What do you disagree about?
Well, let's talk about his response. What about his response did you guys have an issue with?
I mean, the fact that he denied it in February and said that, you know, it was only one case.
Well, in January, he tried to close the borders against China, and they called him a racist and a xenophobe and a bigot and everything else. And then he actually did close the borders to China. Not only that, he mentioned COVID at his State of the Union speech on February 4th, the one that Nancy Pelosi ripped up. And then she went to Chinatown saying that COVID wasn't a big issue. So I think that because this is something that has happened, this is his first time in presidency. I'm not here to defend him. You know, I know a lot of times he say things that are wild. I'm more focused on his policies, but I do think that he handled it as best as he could and his administration, especially if we look at what's happening now. You know, I have to question the validity of COVID when we have all of these Democrat leaders that were telling us it wasn't safe for us to go to church, it wasn't safe for us to open our businesses, but yet we see them all lined up at a funeral with 3,000 people after several people have lost their loved ones and wasn't even able to bury them. So I have to question the validity of it at this point.
And you don't think Donald Trump is a racist?
Why would I think Donald Trump is a racist when I know his history? Before Donald Trump ran for president, no one thought he was a racist. You had some apprentices.
I don't know that that's true.
So let's talk about that. Let's get factual. And again, I want to talk about what I want to do for the District of Georgia. I don't want to spend too much time trying to defend Donald Trump, but that was an issue about him not renting to people that had Section 8. Now, I got a brother who has property and is not going to rent to people on Section 8. I know people in my own community. I know people that wouldn't rent to me when I was on Section 8. So then they talk about the Central Park 5. Why did Donald Trump go out of his way to run these ads? And guess what my response is to that? Guess what my response is to that? Guess what my response is to that? Y'all more mad at Donald Trump than y'all mad at Antron's own daddy for making him confess. First of all, I got an issue with the daddy. Y'all mad at Trump. I want to know why his father made him confess and knew that it was a lie. Second of all, those 5 men, God bless them, and I fight for criminal justice reform. I'm glad they are free. I'm also glad that they have been compensated. But I also know that Donald Trump has freed nearly 7,000 people, 91% of them Black. I also know that Joe Biden has not apologized for his 94 crime bill and will not apologize for it, which has thousands of Black men in prison right now that I am fighting for to be free. So how are you more upset about Trump, about 5, than you are about Joe Biden, which left the majority of Black America incarcerated?
I would like it to stay on track, though. If we're talking about Trump, instead of comparing and talking about other people, we're talking about just Trump here. If we're going to talk about that, instead of saying, well, why didn't this person do that? No, we're going to talk about all of it because we need to discuss the hypocrisy.
That's like a Black Lives Matter. Then you say, well, what about Black on Black crime?
I mean, if it's a Black Lives Matter, be worried about what really impacts Black people, which is mass incarceration, not those 5 men. Because those 5 men are home. Let's talk about our brothers and sisters that's incarcerated right now that we need to get out.
We can get into that, but that shows that Donald Trump is a racist. The fact that he wouldn't let black people rent into the building, the fact that he
I don't believe that he's a racist.
for these innocent black people that never apologize for it.
When Jennifer Hudson's family was murdered,
we let you speak. You gotta let us speak too. You can't speak over us when we're speaking, man.
But y'all lying.
We are all talking about it.
You are lying.
You
are lying.
Well, Angela,
because you want to sit up here and say.
Well, Angela, in 1973, an employee, when he got sued, an employee did quote in court documents that they were told to rent only to Jews and executives. When there was a lawsuit against Trump,
nothing about Section 8.
Do with Section 8.
Focused on 39
Is this around the same time? So is this around the same time that he helped Jesse Jackson start the Rainbow Push Coalition? Is this the same time he gave him a floor on the 10th floor in the Empire State Building and gave him $1 million to help this organization that still helps us? So are we talking about an issue with one employee? Maybe he got upset. Maybe he said something. We're going to stay focused on the past. Can we talk about what Donald Trump is doing right now with black people? Because y'all talking about.
Listen, there's been there's been a long history of racist acts. It's not just one thing.
That Obama, so you want to sit up
Obama's not running for president.
Racist, but he did run for president. Trump is the president right now and has done more for black people.
So you're saying Obama's a racist?
8 years. I'm saying Trump did more for Obama Trump did more for Black America than Obama did in 8 years that he was in office. Let's talk about
let's talk about it. What has he done?
I've already said it. I've already given you the rundown. I've already talked about criminal justice reform. I already talked about permanently funding HBCUs, which their funding was snatched away during the Obama era.
Get over here!
A ban on faith-based HBCUs that was lifted. He also designated in particular office in the White House just to deal with HBCUs. HBCUs were coming back every single year for funding. He made it where they were funded permanently and did not have to do that. He has created opportunity zones. He had the lowest black unemployment. But again, it's not about Trump.
You know, opportunity zones talk about black people. You know that, right? You know, opportunity zones are
listen,
for black people.
You bring them to distressed areas. We need them right now,
afford to stay in that building and not sell at. Which
so
people,
we don't
that
have,
means that for people that have money.
Whose issue is
majority of the people that have money are white people.
So whose issue is that?
So if you want to talk opportunity zone in real estate, we can have this conversation all day.
Hold on. Don't tell me we don't have enough black people that have money that can take advantage of these huge tax breaks.
I said the majority of real estate investors are white, and they can hold down not paying stuff for years.
It's an
opportunity zones are not for only black people.
Black communities. If black people do not step up,
hold on. Let me hear what Angela saying.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Opportunity zones are for black communities to rebuild our communities, which is exactly what we need now, especially with all of the things that have been burned down in our communities. We have enough black people in power with money to take advantage of these tax breaks. But what we have is a lot of leaders and people with money that truly do not care. Okay, so funds can be created. We can put together pools. This is an opportunity for us.
Phoenix, they stopped it again.
Who is they?
It's only YouTube. She made sure she unmonetized it, so we should be good. Let me see.
This is amazing.
Yeah, they don't want that information out, man. I'm trying to tell you.
That's why I can't stand Angelique and DJ Envy. Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm. We still live. Phoenix, I can't hear you for some reason.
I don't care.
Refresh your browser. Just refresh your browser, Phoenix, because I don't see your mic.
Everything is smooth. I had it on mute. I'm sorry.
I hear you now. I hear you.
Yeah, everything is smooth.
I don't know. We still live. We on Wild Feathers on Facebook, and we're on I believe my page on Facebook. Let me go look. We on my page. But they flagged it on Facebook too. Sure
What is
did.
what is to be flagged?
See, what it
I don't know.
is
It's not being monetized.
that not that they're being embarrassed. So anytime you're being embarrassed, you want to go and flag. If it's a great video, you don't care who shares. But if it's a video showing you being embarrassed, you're gonna try to flag that video as much as possible. You don't want nobody to show it. And with as
It's
much,
like that's just like that's so weenie to me. I'm sorry. That's beyond weenie. And that's just like the other brother. He goes out and he's on his live and he's going to other people's videos. Oh look, he got my name right there. Or anything I see, I'm flagging it. And it's like
right,
what you're doing is if you put out bad information, right, and you did something crazy out in the public, and you filmed yourself and you put yourself out there publicly like that, come on, man. You opened yourself up to bag for people to bag.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When I was in the Moorish Science Temple of
Right.
America, everybody
Oh, it
know
looked like
I
it's
walked around. Hold on, I walked
it
around
looked
with big
like
turbans on, big big garbs, big all of that. So anybody who want to bag and take their shot, I'm open. How can I be offended walking around the neighborhood looking like that, thinking somebody ain't gonna bag? You understand what I'm saying?
mm,
You got to be ready to go. You can't be out here
mm-hmm.
flagging people's stuff and you go out there and make yourself look crazy and then you know what I'm saying because you couldn't answer no question. Oh my God, this is crazy right here.
Bone said that it's the Breakfast Club tag. I guess the symbol on their show. I can block that out with no problem.
Yeah, take their logo
So
out. I don't
thanks for
need
the
their little
Yeah,
information.
stinky
whatever it
logo.
is, take it off.
I'm just we they come up with new rules every day, y'all. We
Yeah,
just
it's cool. Yeah, we learning.
all right, boom,
Yeah. So, anyway,
boom,
at the end of the day, this sister
boom.
hot like fish grease, and
She's
I
gone.
see a lot of good things that could come out of Atlanta with this sister on deck. I don't
What?
know why what people feel as though um, their antipathy towards what's doing right has to change. It's like this. It's a vitriolic banter that's going on, surrounded by their reasons why they hate Donald Trump. But they took that stimulus money, and I think they're going to take round two also, as if he did something to them that warrants the fact that they deserve it because they don't like his ass. It's crazy.
Yeah, they got to stop acting like little kids. That's the stuff I be talking about, man. You just got a bunch of grown people that be acting like kids. I go through that all the time in the barbershop. Like just the
Mm,
whole Donald Trump thing. People just came in there just, I hate Donald Trump. Boom, boom, boom. And I start researching what he said. I'm like, he didn't even say nothing. And then
huh.
I hate him. You know what I'm saying? They
Whatever
build
you
up this
go
hate
for.
and this whole mob mentality. And that stuff is really sad. And it's bad. It's
Yeah.
just bad.
It is a very
Man,
serious clannish, cliquish mob mentality, and it is problematic. And a lot of these things are very pertinent to our very detriment to survival here in our own land. And it's
it's not
disgusting
good.
to see how people are treating it. And I know a lot of it comes from them not having the information. They don't feel as if they're home. They don't have a stake. They don't feel as though they have a stake in the matter, but they want all the accolades and all of the spoils of a victor, right? When it's
Yep.
become so the
It's
norm
repetitive.
to basically be a victim instead of a victor, to the point where people think as though they have that defeatist attitude, as if nothing can change, if they don't have any power, right? And they're giving
Yeah.
credence to what they say is white power. Well, where's the black power at? I thought you had it. So that means somebody's magic ain't working.
Yeah. You ain't never had it. If you don't know who you are and who Granny told you that you was, you don't even have no foundation to even stand on. So all you're gonna do is be complaining, be a beggar, and a beggar people and a beggar nation. You know what I'm saying? Which all of the so-called black leaders try to tell us not to be like that. You understand what I'm saying? And then that's
Mhm.
just what the people turn into. And I ain't gonna say what really do that. And that's just a lot of times that's the religion. You know what I'm saying? That's over people's head. Where they, you got to turn the other cheek and all this old type of upbringing, man. It's
Mhm.
terrible, and it's disgusting how somebody like Donald Trump, who hasn't killed nobody,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
He's only going
Here
out
or
for
there.
nowhere. What war has he started?
Oh,
I ask
remember
this
there
every
was the
day.
big too. He's gonna have Korea hit the button. Remember the panic before was he's gonna have
Man,
Korea do all this and that.
as soon as Obama became president, I mean, he was a couple days in before he pushed the button and droned somebody and killed an American, and nobody never talked about that because it was American over there, and he got killed. And the dude's parents been complaining ever since.
Hmm.
That was his first act. So it's like then he
Right.
went and got Gaddafi, and then it's like he did so much stuff, man.
He
It's
knocked
just, I
everybody
mean,
off. He knocked
huh?
everybody off. He knocked
I mean,
everybody
they just
off.
used him. They used him
Yeah.
as a brother to go in there to the countries because everybody was going to be happy because everybody loved an American brother. So that's what they thought he was. You understand what I'm saying? So he walked in the door. He walked in the door. He go in there and talk to you with that good talk, and then he got you.
Mm. Mm.
He got you.
Yep.
I forgot what it's called.
Yep.
My mom already told me. They go in there, they negotiate with you, and they tell you what they want. And then if you disagree, they're gonna warn you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take that warning, now they coming in with the ops. And they're gonna, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying, all kinds of ways and all ways.
That's right.
This is crazy right here. I've never seen nothing like this. It's just grown ignorance. And these people are supposed to be journalists. They show that they do not study. All DJ Envy do and Angela Yee do every day on a daily basis, period, is wake up with their emotions, enjoying their light skin. Now let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying a light skin in a black world, right? Angela Yee has a panel. What she be having a panel, right? Basically with black women, right? Talking about a bunch of black issues. But in your world, you live in a whole different world. Though when you do come outside, you can be considered black, but at the same time, you can pull that nationality card in a heartbeat. Same thing with
Right.
DJ Envy. They can pull a nationality card in a heartbeat. And all of us who have our nationalities understand those who don't have their nationalities that they out of place. And so to
Agreed.
sit back
Shout out
and
to
act like you
Unborn
don't know
here.
that,
Thank you.
what you say, sis?
Shout out to Unborn here. I see that they donated $20.
That's right. You can pull that nationality card.
So the thing is, I don't know if I can keep playing the stream because we keep getting flagged. I blocked it, but I don't want to keep getting blocked. We can't
And I'm
afford.
not even public, so I'm not even public this time either. So what we're gonna do is end it, and we'll come right back. We don't need to show their video anymore. We know they suck. We
Oh,
have those points. We got our own build, and we can definitely talk about the good sister that we came across.
That's right.
So we're gonna
right.
end this build, and we're gonna come right back with another bomb build that they can't touch. Still mad for what? That was so corny. Angela Yee. Charlemagne,
Angela,
Envy, we can still talk
Angela, yeah.
about them. Yeah, we're definitely gonna come back to
She
that. So
tripping.
let's end this, so they can stop flagging and we
All
can
right.
get to the whole politics ditto again.
Well,
We could
I
keep the
figured they
same
not gonna
title, and we'll
flag it
come
no
right
more as
back.
long as they can't see. But okay, I got you.
Hey, check this out though.
Yeah.
Before we go though, I just like, do she got any kids? Do she even have
No,
No,
kids?
no, she do not.
She
no,
not married.
She
She
do
not
not.
married.
no,
No, she do not.
not with a whole
Just
bunch
stuff
of
like that.
trans
Like, how you speak?
girlfriends.
You
Not
can't speak up. You can't speak up for stuff you ain't got. If you don't have no kids, how you speaking up for kids? Not saying that you just can't do that, but I'm just saying
she's
you can't
spoken up
have
for everything. She
you
feel
can't have
like
no
she
ultimate
speaks up
So
for
opinion
you
on
want
it.
me
And
to
you don't even
just
have
hit
no
the off
children.
button and then hit the on button right back again and just crank it right back?
yes.